Hello, hello everyone, and welcome! It is time for Europa Universalis 5, and I am BogMod. And so here's the thing. As much as I wanted this to be literally like my first time giving my completely unvarnished new reactions, I had a game crash. And I had an audio issue, and I think I fixed them. But it won't be a pure. That said, I haven't played much. So, we get that going for us. I'm not going to play the recommended countries. No. Not for Europa Universalis 5. Nay! I'm going to do things. I'm going to pick stuff. Oh, this is exciting. I'm super stoked about playing this. Consider that ye may be wrong. Oliver Cromwell, Lord Protector of England. Oliver Cromwell. That's a Martin Luther with his goose. Alright, so, as you can guess, we're going to play as Castile. I like Spain. I think it's a pretty solid country overall in a lot of these games. It's got potential for expansion, but it's close without not being too close. Yeah. I'm going to go to my game rules, and I am going to turn on missions, because I think they're fun. I haven't really done any of them, but I think they're fun. I don't care about achievements in Iron Man. That's fine. Don't care. So we're going to be in King Alfonso the 11th. This is the world of... Yeah, they started an earlier date. I really worked hard to avoid spoilers. So this is quite interesting. Norway, Sweden. Some of us are kingdoms, some of us are places. Alright. Even though there's a king, it's the Kingdom of Sweden, but I don't know why they do that. We're the crown of Castile. Yeah, lots of places. The Yuan, the Shogun, Korea. A few little scattered stuffs over here. A lot of unknowns. Anyways. I'm very curious to see how colonization will work out. Crown of Castile. Historical context. The Crown of Castile was formed through the union of its two constituent parts, the Kingdom of Castile and the Kingdom of Leon, when they were united after both titles were inherited by King Fernando III, the Saint de Borgona, in 1230. A century later, King Alfonso XI, the Avenger de Borgona, was not much opposition, having overcome a troubled start to his reign, following the end of a long regency under his grandmother Maria de Borgona, after reigning in the nobility of the realm. Led by his relative Juan Manuel de Villena, and having stabilized the government of the country, he's now turning his attention to the southern border. The Nasrid Emirate of Granada has managed our country since the emirate became independent a century ago, backed by the powerful Merinid Sultan of Morocco, which has a foothold on Iberia, through a petty kingdom centered on Al-Ghazir al-Qadra and Hisn al-Runda, held by the crown prince Ibn al-Wahid Abu Malik Merinid, son and heir of Sultan Abu al-Hassan Ali ibn Uthman Merinid. However, those are not the only troubles for King Alfonso XI, as a relationship with his beloved mistress, Leonor de Guzman, and his children by her have eroded the relationship with the king's actual wife, consort Maria de Borgona, consort of King Afonso IV, the Brave de Borgona, who is the King of Portugal. With the latter living apart from the king, this rift in the royal family now leaves the looming question of just who will succeed him when he passes. Will King Alfonso XI and his successors be able to deal with these threats to the crown of Castile, both at home and abroad? Alright. Yeah. Alright. So, I know enough. I've learned enough. Like, I did that little kind of tutorial walkthrough. But sadly, like I said, we lost some access to some things. But that's okay. So here's one of the things we're going to work on. we're going to improve our proximity. All right? The closer you are to the capital, all right? We're going to grab a road. The more control you get, the more money you get. So I'm gonna everyone who borders. Oops. Oh well, that's fine. Anyone who borders the capital gets a road. All these neighboring provinces get roads connecting us. Yeah, nice little gravel roads. Starting there. We can pick a mission. I'm gonna pick an economy mission. Because this one will give me little bonuses. Infrastructure. So, a great capital. I need 4 more buildings in the capital. Ooh, we're also going to do some research on organized religion. So I need 4 buildings. Well, I happen to know that if we look over here, we have various pop needs. For example, we need furniture, books, fine cloth, fruit, grains. Right? I know I need these things. So right over here, I'm going to build a scriptorum, more books. And I'm going to build... what else am I going to build? Remember, we need furniture, so build one of those. Build a jewelry. A jeweler. And a spinner's guild to turn wool into fabric. Right? There's 4 buildings being built. Okay. We're going to go to our economy. I'm gonna do this for now. So what? I'm gonna, since I have no inflation right now. There we go. So here's a few little things, right? For example, we have very tax levels, and it'll try and get me to a certain balance, which is fine. It'll try and get me just over. I think honestly, you should be able to try and automate this a little bit more clearly, but I'm gonna let this do it for the moment to try and settle my values at just over 50%, and then I'll adjust from there. My armies need commanders, right? My navy needs a commander. Really good at it. Got a navy commander, got an army commander. I need my cabinet to be doing some things. So you got all these various things your cabinet can do. They can get you legitimacy. They can stabilize the country, convert people, improve your diplomacy, improve local development, yada yada yada. I'm gonna start off with, I think, pushing legitimacy higher wouldn't be bad. So let's have somebody giving me legitimacy. I need someone who's good at violence to do it. Sure. And so that's going to increase. See, that's giving us legitimacy. Push our legitimacy up. And I'd also like to increase our stability, I think. There we are. So this will push up our stability gains. So stability can max out 100, but as it gets higher, it'll get harder. But we'll try and increase it as we can, where we can. So I got some roads being built. Great. That said, I also happen to know that, yes, so my people, for example, see, they need fruit and grains here in Burgos. So I'm going to build a fruit, and I'm going to get some grains going for them. And we have a tailor's guild, which I could use more of. Zamor's a city, so I think that'll be the ideal place for one. So we got that going. Has Sevilla. Also needs some grains and fruit. There's some fruit. Lisboa could use a little more wheat. Sure. And this is my Barcelona market, which I have barely anyone in, so we're going to probably kind of ignore that for now. What else could I have a lot of? More olives would be nice, it looks like. Olives and rice. Where are my olives? Ah, it's kind of a darkish green. Looks like I only have olives down south. That's too bad. Alright, so we'll leave the olives alone for now. Now, I don't know much about trade. Like I said, I haven't played the game much. So a lot of these little details I have not fully figured out. But I'm always open to tips. What else does Sevilla need? Sevilla could use some more cloth as well. There, I'll build one right there. Oh, yeah, that's the olives, right? All right, well that gives me $500 to play with. Maybe a couple more roads. There you are, see? They can go like that. Connects there. There we go. That'll connect some and you know what? We'll build one more road from Zamora to Toro. Toro to there. Why not? All right, $70. We'll leave things there for now. We'll unpause. Oh, what else do I need? So our heir is underage. Can't do much about that. Time will solve that. Oh, we can do rivals. I'll leave that alone for now. Oh, right, no. I want to eventually conquer Granada, so we're going to send a spy. Build a spy network. And I'd also like to be friends with France. They're usually pretty good. So I'm going to improve my opinion of the French. All right. And then we can unpause. I'm happy to let things progress. As you can see on the map, you can see things starting to build up. My roads are being built. Navarra and Portugal and Aragon. Alright, well, okay. Apparently. Alright, well, if you want to be my rivals, I'm going to pick Navarra and Portugal. And then I can wipe them off the map maybe later on. Taking over Navarra would be nice. What else can I do? We could be targeted by a jihad. We could intervene in their war. I'm not inclined to. I haven't actually done war yet. My buildings are missing inputs. Need more gold, cloth, books, jewelry, ivory. Well, we're building some of these, right? If you recall. Where's that little exclamation mark? Ah, I need more books. Something for us to work on. Oh, see? My income jumped way up. So, as I mentioned, the economy, let's talk about that briefly. This will try to automate them to keep them at 50%. Which I'm okay with, I guess. I wish I could kind of set it... I wish there was a... Like, if I could set them at 55%, right? That gives... I feel like that would give me wiggle room. Right? In case we had troubles that I needed to solve. Ah! In the year 1337... tensions between the Kingdom of England and the Kingdom of France have reached a breaking point. The long-standing disputes over territory and claims to the French throne have erupted into open hostilities, marking the beginning of the 100 Years' War. Both nations are preparing for a protracted conflict that will shape the destiny of Western Europe. The world watches as these two great powers prepare for their inevitable clash on the battlefield. Yeah. Let's see. The 100 Years' War was a long and brutal conflict. A little history lesson. Lasted from 1337 to 1453. So when the English king claimed the French crown, arguing his right through his mother's bloodline. But the French rejected this under their own laws. Both sides already had overlapping territories in France, which only fueled the fire. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be over quickly. Just because it's called the 100 Years' War doesn't mean it has to go on for 100 years. This is my war exhaustion, which is fine. We're at peace. There's my cloth. Could I build a scriptorum here? I'm actually building one over there. So we'll see what happens after it gets built, right? I have some nice fruits being built in Medina. Everyone likes fruit. Building the road, so a villa. So here's how the basic income works, right? You get your base tax, your tax base. Which is produced from acquired profit from the RGOs and the buildings into the market. Then they multiply this by the control. So as you can see, I have a certain level of control. Increasing proximity increases our control. Right, so as you see, max control plus 29. These penalties, right? See, the river. Right? All these stack up. But by building roads, we decrease it. Ooh, gain 12 stability. Clerks gain some estate satisfaction. Happy to see it. say if you look over here, the gravel road gives a reduction of 20. Right? So as you can see, this road has now been built. The penalty, which would have been double that, or I guess it doesn't matter because they have downstream. But it doesn't matter. Oh, it's fine. It helps. Connects. It helps them connect. You're probably the same. Or are you upstream? Yeah, you'd have been upstream, so it doesn't apply. Gravel road. So we halved the penalty. Which is great. Which increases control, which increases the money. Here's another example. We're at 59. So this will be a less of a reduction because the 10, you already get 10 from the gravel road. Right? Might not even have affected it. Whereas gravel road. Maybe it doesn't affect it. Well, it depends how the roads work, what path they decide to take. Anyhow, there we are. But a bunch of places got built here. Nice to see it. Now, people don't instantly get jobs either. Masonry in the Burgos market. Constructions. So masons turn stone and clay into production. Into mason book stuff. That's fine at the moment. A book of hunting. So, King Alfonso XI, the Avenger de Borgona, has gathered impressive information about the state of the hunting grounds of Castile and the breeding of dogs for the same purposes. It's extensive documentation and expression of our rules' capabilities, but it will also be useful to improve the capacity of wild game in our realm. There we are. So I'm going to get the end option. Region renowned Libero de la Monteria is created. Region renowned. You gain a book of hunting for 20 years. Muy bueno. And that's a little more money, right? A little more wild game to go into the market to be sold. People like their deer. Looks like I do need more masonry. I'm going to build a Mason Salamanca. Look at that. Stability is at 42. Which makes it harder for them. It gives us more great power score. Our estates are happier. They promote between jobs. So if I look in, for example, we'll go with Salamanca. Right? We have 100 soldiers. Or 1,000 soldiers there. I've got peasants who are available to be employed at various things. So if when I finish upgrading some of these things, for example, they will... ooh, a new daughter. Leonore. Or Leonore. Who's... Oh, mother. So despite us living apart, apparently we are still finding the time to smooch. Here's a good example, maybe. There are 3,910 currently employed. There, as you can see, there are 37,247 available to promote. Last month, 41 were promoted. Right? So each month, more of them swap jobs, I believe. Yeah, as you can see, they're changing employment. And as this ticks over to the next month, so for example, we're at 942 in Cazorla, 921 in Cazorla. So there, it takes a couple years. Looks like it takes approximately 4 years for them to shift into being fully employed. Oh, we lost 20 bucks. Stupid merchants. Boo on him. Actually, I think I can do something with this. There we are. It's just going to protect the seas for us. How many points do you have? 15. Oh. Tlemcen. Like, I don't think Tlemcen's going to win. Just need to see what they're doing. What is this? The legal traditions of our crown remain fragmented, with local customs, nobility privileges, and knowledge conflicting with the royal authority. Do we unify a single legal code for all of us? So we got the historical option here. We move towards centralization. We get the Ordinamiento de Alacana in the legal code, which gives us the noble states are happier, our cabinet is more efficient, and we start moving towards centralization more. And it'll take me 2 years to implement. Draft the new legal code, I say. Because obviously I'd like to centralize the government as much as I can, so the power is concentrated in my glorious grip. Ooh, another bookstore being built by the clergy. They're building... Are they building a watermill? Okay, that's fine. So it'd be nice if we could connect Segovia to Quellar. Because that would have impact, right? No. Already have the gravel roads, it looks like. Actually, I should be able to shave an entire... If they go north, no. So 44. I hope this... Yeah, that should change. $57. There we go. And with 57, increases the max control a little bit. And now it can start to go up, thus increasing, you know, market protection, my crown power, yada yada. Ooh, foreign trade. So I could do some tariffs. And it would make the merchants happy, or no tariffs. And it would upset them. Sure, I can do that for now. That'll let me tax them more. Because it's happy to bring down their levels. Oh, hello. Oh, we've done a great capital. Good, good, good. So we gain 1 point of development. The higher the development, the more people can live there, and the more can be exploited. Great. So what else do we got? Assembly halls. Ooh. Let's pause. So we got assembly halls. Controller on the capital, so... Average control in the province of 95%. Maybe. Cattle prosperity has 20% prosperity. Okay. And assembly halls. A royal court there, huh? Alright, so we got the clergy. Which gives us more possible clergymen and more literacy. So now, what do I want to take? Well, each new age, I believe, gives you an institution. Yep, there's institutions, as you can see. So I'm going to start by grabbing this one, because literacy increases. I know that literacy increases research. Yeah. So the more people I have and the better their literacy, the more research points we get. Makes sense. So I would like to build that additional road from here to here, which I think would do well, because it would shave off an entire travel point, which would actually be pretty good. Maybe $115 though to do it. Oh. The French and the and Aquitaine? Oh, that reminds me. How are you doing? 22. Excellent. So we're going to give you... We're going to tell you to create a casus belli. We'd like a religious war. I want to go after the capital of Granada. Alright. So now we're trying to build a nice little reason to go to war. Very nice. Very good. Very pleasing. Next month, in 1339, I can begin the road between Segovia and Cuellar. Cuellar? Suellar? Whatever. There we go. So the road is being built, which should do great because it would entirely shave off. They won't have to go this long way around. 1, 2, 3. And they just go 1, 2. It's connected. It's faster. What are those little things? Horses? Looks like horses. Oh, we got snow. It's winter. Yep, those are little horses. Little sheeps. Little armies. What are you doing, buddy? Can you just, like, train or something? So it's a couple units of footmen. Horsemen, archers, footmen, crusader knights. All right, we'll take a little break there. We'll come back soon, and hopefully our little war plan can get going in a bit. Thank you for watching. Do share your thoughts and comments. I am keen to hear it. I do want to know what you think. But yeah, going to war with Granada. Hopefully that'll pop off soon. Of course, if you're feeling particularly generous, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. It does help out a lot. We'll see you all in a bit.